no game, but they saying welcome to the second level.
I like my pod.
So, Time Machine VR. We got a special guest here with us today, Mr. Walker, or Waka Waka. You might see him from Facebook posts such as the live stream weekend, him getting into London Heist. I don't think we ever recorded that, though.
Batman was the one that I saw.
Yeah, you got into Batman.
That was a good time.
Yeah. So, dude, it's teaching you how to play the game, Walker. If you need to recenter, if you hold down the touchpad, it'll let you recenter everything, just FYI.
Yeah. So you want to look at that thing there and hold R2 in the center.
Yeah.
And that's how you scan.
That's your scanner.
I like it.
So
is our video working this time?
Yeah, this is the second time we recorded it. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I've got it.
Okay, much better.
We're good. Yeah, this is the second time we recorded. I actually played this 2 weeks ago, and then we lost the footage. So Walker's playing it because we want to have first impressions when we do VR because it makes it so much better.
And Walker is a very smart man, so we thought we would bring him over since it's a science game, and Walker enjoys sciencey things.
I do.
We figured we would have you go into the time machine here.
Seizure warning, by the way.
Yeah.
That's where it's at there.
Yeah, that thing doesn't fuck around at all. Like, it freaked me out for a minute. I had to close my eyes on that.
Yeah, I did too when I played last time.
It's starting to feel a little fun.
Yeah. So how you feeling so far?
So far, so good.
There's not a lot going on.
I just love the persistent body. Like, that's just a cool...
Your hands move.
It's a
move
cool
your hands.
feature.
What happens if you look directly up?
Oh, that's cool.
Like that?
So the complaint we both had is that's a little too far out.
Yeah, it feels like you're breaking your neck to look at it. But it's kind of cool that you can see that.
Yeah.
Like what area you're in and stuff.
That's pretty amazing.
These.
So for those of you listening at home or watching at home,
still had whales then.
The idea of this game is that you are a kind of a
scientist,
time scientist of some kind.
Time-tist?
Kind of like Doctor Who, but not really. And you go back in time to observe prehistoric sea creatures and gather information about them to help with a situation that they have going on in the future.
The acting, just FYI, Walker, the voice acting is real bad.
It is a little rough around the edges.
It's a little iffy, but the game is fantastic.
No, it's alright. It looks pretty good.
Well, you're just literally seeing a black screen right now.
You know, this actually kind of harkens back to the little Mr. DNA guy from the Jurassic Park movies. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of cheesy, a little campy. I think it's good so far.
So now you can actually move.
Yeah.
And there's a sea
your
turtle.
Left stick is your buddy right now.
Wow. Wow.
Welcome to your pod.
So give us a nice description of what you're seeing right now.
So, currently underwater, I'd say maybe 60, 80 feet. This pod is kind of amazing. On the left side, like you can kind of see, I don't know what, like thrusters.
The rotors, yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Yeah, this is...
Do you like having legs?
It's kind of
my
cool. And
thing.
just the way I'm sitting right now, this is like exactly where I should be.
I always feel like the sat-down games are more immersive because they can just do your whole body and it doesn't really matter like what your actual body is like. It feels pretty good.
100%. So it looks like I'm controlling depth. There we go. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, right stick up and down.
Although it's a little weird. I'm used to inverted.
Yeah. Well,
you probably can invert it.
You probably can, but
I'll get used to it.
it'll be fun.
What do you think? Oh, excuse me. What do you think of the honeycomb thing going on? Did you like that? Do you not like that? Because Tom didn't have an issue with it.
I liked it.
I personally had an issue with it. Hope you're L2 something. You're doing something.
Yeah, no. So this is the time dilation feature, which allows me to slow down time. I guess that's to catch really fast buggers. Oh, although you can actually move through while you're slowing time.
Yep, you'll see what it's used for later on.
Do you see how the ring is slowing down there as well?
Sure,
so that's your time limit. So you can only do it for so long.
So go say hi to the turtles.
Yeah, go look at the turtles and then slow down time and get up close to them.
Yeah,
turtle.
This is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Think of this from an education standpoint.
I was just thinking that. Think about a classroom that can come in.
Come up and see these turtles. What turtle? You gonna name? What's that turtle's name? Fred?
Fred the turtle.
Fred the turtle.
It has to begin with a T.
They have cat eyes.
Teddy? Teddy the turtle? Cat eyes? Cat eyes the turtle?
So if you press R2, you can probe his ass.
There you go.
Literally. And there
Probed
you go.
him.
Now, these are pretty harmless, so you don't have to necessarily be in slow mo for these.
That's pretty cool.
They're not going to chew you up or anything.
That might be a foreshadow.
But yeah.
I might actually,
You're gonna,
I might actually have to invert. This is.
well, if you go under, as I say, you can go under the options and invert.
Yeah, I might have to do that because that's just.
Y-axis.
There we go.
Go.
Yep.
Oh, you can skip.
Oh,
tutorial
much
there.
better.
Much better.
That's crazy because, like, to me, inverted is backwards. But
I hate
also,
that shit.
I'm also not a pilot.
Jordan liked that
Me and
shit,
Jordan,
too.
we all had a discussion on it one
Yeah.
time. Whether it was, it's weird. By the way, Tom is sitting behind me, so like, if I turn around
Man.
and my voice goes away, that's because I'm turning to Tom.
I
He's
could literally stroke Keegan's back of his head right now if I wanted to. He's stroking my toes.
Ah.
That's creepy.
I see somebody in the distance.
What do you see?
I guess it's a pliosaur. Or
Pliosaurus
plesiosaur.
or Plesiosaurus?
How do you say it? They say
I
it
would
in your
say
head.
Pleo. I think Pleo sounds better, even if they say
Oh, that's
Pleo.
just incredible.
You might not want to get too close to
Oh,
him.
he's a big boy.
He's not a friendly boy.
Wow.
Looking
So
hungry.
how
It's
big?
enormous.
It doesn't say how big is he in on your screen. If you had to give scale, because obviously we're looking.
I kind of want to see if he's going to eat me.
He probably will.
Wow.
I think they want you to get out of there. If I
We're gonna bail out.
You can, yeah. It's
see
up
the
to you.
orange.
Yeah,
the orange
follow
lines
the
where we're
orange
going.
things. What about immersion? What do you? What's the immersion?
Yeah, so so far the immersion is it's okay. I mean, since you're in a pretty small area, there is a tendency to kind of like lean to where you want to go, even though you're actually controlling the motion with your
Right.
controller. But that's like in any other situation. I mean, like when you're flying simulated aircraft, it's kind of the same way as well.
Open the scanner and scan it.
Do you
out.
think the controller was a smart move, or do you think moves would have been better?
I think that the controller's smart because if you're sitting here stationary, you're in a pod, you're sitting down, that would be what you would have.
See, I was the opposite because your hands are separated in the pod. If you look at where your hand position is. So it's
I
a
think the
little
moves
off.
might have come into trouble when you have to like select
Yeah.
like, some of these multiple scan options and things.
Well,
and
it
also
uses the head
navigation.
tracking for.
Did you guys just catch that throwback to Mass Effect?
No.
No.
He said the scanners always need calibrating. And in Mass Effect, Garrus was always just hanging out in the bulkhead, and he's like, can this wait? I got some calibrations to do.
I've never played Mass Effect.
I know. I have. So
I've never played Final Fantasy
we're
either.
playing
other than episode of
Andromeda
Destiny.
together when it comes out.
Are we? I have a feeling we'll play Final Fantasy too at some point.
Oh yeah.
Scan
Yeah,
that
we're gonna
mouth.
fly into his mouth.
Yep.
Yeah, you literally are.
That's amazing.
How terrifying is it?
That's so crazy. Oops.
So you gotta scan his bits
Wow.
and pieces in there.
Scan his bits and pieces. Careful what you're
Yeah.
scanning. Again, from an education standpoint, think about this like going in and be like, oh, this is what you learned about this animal.
Oh, you
Yeah,
get it all.
and if you were able to take this into a classroom and get some like really high resolution models, I mean, you could fly through the human body in this pod like in a blood vessel, like
Yeah.
they did in the
Magic School Bus?
that old '80s movies. Or yeah,
Inner space. That's what you start.
Yeah, Inner Space. You remember that? Yeah.
I'm not old enough for whatever you guys are talking about.
Now I have to review Inner Space just so you can see it.
I don't ever watch your. I do watch your reviews.
Yeah, they really did a nice job with
Shit.
this. I mean, they did a nice job
like
with this.
that.
Giving you control to explore the environment, making it scientific in nature. You know, like this is all about discovery. It's all about research. It's all about
I
understanding.
assume a lot of it is based in fact as well. I mean,
Yeah.
it does seem like like as you go forward, you'll see like they start talking about certain bits and pieces, and it does feel like even if they are bullshitting you, that you would kind of believe them.
It's real.
Because
It's got some
do
sort
it
of
in a
reality
very
to it.
realistic way.
Do you? So it's a $30 game. What's
I'd
your-
say that's 100% worth
think
it. I
that's
mean,
what
imagine
you
young
think?
kids playing this now as they grow up with VR, just like we kind of grew up with Nintendo, like the original. I mean, this is cool. This could really spur kids.
There you go. Here's the bad
Oh,
voice
look.
acting. My
This is
favorite.
where it gets very Jurassic Parky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This would be cool if it's like a theme park.
Yeah.
I could see that. That's what I
I
thought it was.
appreciate that they put a real human video rather
Yeah.
than
Some kind
you know,
of a Jurassic Park.
modeled one.
You will be stationed in Svalbard.
You know what, Tom?
That's where the International Seed Vault is.
Where? Svalbard?
Svalbard is the International Seed Vault.
And this is why we brought Walker.
This
'cause
is
he's
why
smarter.
Walker's playing this
he's
game,
way,
guys.
He's way smarter than us.
Awesome.
Way smarter than us.
I knew there was a
Hi,
reason I liked
I'm
it.
Rob.
So you're obviously not underwater right now,
Yeah.
but you are still in your pod, and you can still move. Should you?
Oh, we can still move? Oh, I didn't know that. I should have tried that out.
you're
still
good.
need his results.
You can see all the other pods around here as well.
Could you take the cadet out to retrieve the data, please?
And she kind of moves.
Haze with you.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting.
So this is the land-based section, and then what you're going to be doing is they're going to be guiding you towards the next kind of sea
This
area.
is like your world map, essentially. This picture
Yeah,
is
it's
Mario
kinda like
Brothers.
the hub.
Yeah, Mario Brothers
Yeah.
3. You're gonna have your levels. So you gotta drink your coffee.
I estimate a few weeks on your end.
Good.
But it is kind of cool.
Yes, Doctor.
Boop boop.
Well, Cadet, it looks
Yeah.
like we'll continue.
I like the slow movement as well. Like I think they have it just about the right speed to enjoy it leisurely.
Yes.
Like if it was too fast, it would be like a pod racer.
See, I was
you
just
picture-
gonna say, I wish I could go a little bit faster.
Well, I wish there was a boost.
Mission brief.
Like, maybe
Yeah.
move at this speed, but have the ability to boost. Also, that also gets you out of trouble if something were to happen.
But I think it also
You gotta get right up on that thing.
it also
Yeah, I gotta
adds an
invert.
element.
During your
inverted.
Oh, that's interesting. Because it's definitely not right now.
The
Really?
portal will transport us back to the specified time and location.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Where it is deemed
now it is.
it will find.
It was actually, it wasn't registered.
2 out of 10 IGN. Couldn't switch may invert. Switch may invert.
But I think that the slowness, like as
Oh, I
you
have to get
start
right on
doing
it.
like
Yeah.
scarier and scarier missions, becomes a part of the gameplay too. Because like when you're like slow down, it's starting to run out of time, and you're stuck in some dude's mouth, and you've got to try and get out of there as fast as you can. Then you really feel it, you know.
Hold on.
This is how I imagine time travel to be, by the way.
Okay, yeah, this is really cool. Oh, wow. Yeah, so weather's going fast forward style, or I guess rewind
Rewind.
style.
Time lapse.
Yeah.
If you look up, you can watch the years go down. Maybe.
They will.
Yeah,
Well,
eventually.
It's kicking off first.
Now, is it gonna? I hope it shows like the deconstruction of that tower out there.
Nah,
That would be dope.
I think it
I don't know
just.
if it does
I think
that.
it just
Let's find
teleport-
out.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, wow, okay.
Tower's still there.
Now we're just underwater.
Tower's been there, huh?
Oh, and it's
Oh,
gone.
now you're in Zappy Zap world.
Now you're in hyperspace.
This is where I have to close my eyes because it gets too intense after a couple seconds.
Yeah. I think this would also be pretty fun. You could throw somebody in a chair that's attached to you got your vibration in the controller. Set some vibration on that and get yourself like in a chair where you have fixed sticks, just like where you're seeing them, and you'd really get a sense of of hand presence.
Immersion, yeah. I wonder if
There you go.
Look at the assignment.
I wonder if like those gamer. You remember those gamer chairs they used to sell?
Yeah.
Like they had.
They
all
still
those
they
kind of
still do. They're
vibration
not very
features.
good, but yes.
I wonder if they would work well with this type of thing.
I don't know. I assume so.
You'd have to be, I guess, programmed for it, but
Predators of its time.
you know.
We need
That'd be
more
cool.
information about how it hunts.
So you're gonna go learn about the Plesiosaurus, which we've already met once, and we
Yeah.
learned was not our friend.
They're very friendly. You know 0% about them.
I really appreciate that they're actually putting in a sense of scale, like when they put a human scuba diver down there.
That's the thing with VR. Like, I've played a bunch of games that are both in and out of VR. Like, they have a VR mode.
Yeah.
And the sense of scale kind of is terrifying at times. Like, I played Bound. Bound, yeah. Are you not inverted again?
Yeah, it starts off as not
That is
That's
inverted.
weird.
interesting. Yeah.
See, I didn't have that issue because I don't invert. But yeah, Bound, you get a sense of like how giant the boss or the evil
yeah.
person is. You got a thing coming towards you.
Wow.
Seems like an ideal hiding place.
So they want you to kind of sneak down there on the. Safe
I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna see what he does, man. Come on, come here, buddy.
I don't know what he does, so we're gonna find
Oh,
out.
Yeah, I've
wow.
never been
Oh, it
attacked by
doesn't
it.
look
Oh,
good.
it's turning red.
Oh man,
Does he?
he's just
I'm
batting you about a little bit there. Oh, what's he's doing a shimmy?
Yeah.
He's doing a little Hillary Clinton shimmy there.
You broke him.
he's really happy.
Come
he's gonna
on, they
to
got to
beat
get
you.
bonus points for scanning inside his mouth, right?
Well, you got missions you
look
gotta do.
at that. Nope, not gonna let me scan it. That's amazing.
I wouldn't let go of your time thing right now.
No, let's see what happens.
You get chomped.
Yep.
There you go.
Oh,
And you're dead.
there you go.
Oh well, good thing we can go back in time before I made that decision. Find safe area. Okay, let's go find a safe
You're
area.
just following the thingies, pretty much. But yeah, you got to get to a safe area to observe. But when it gets red, that's when he's kind of honing in on you.
That's when you're like, ooh. And I think it's funny because, like, when I played this, I got more and more balls as I went along.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, okay, I now know my limits. Like, let's see what we can do.
I was really scared
closer.
most of it. I was just being super sneaky.
Yeah.
I was like time stopping
Well,
every single time we got close.
yeah, I was
to
gonna say
me.
you saw me like at the end. I was like, let's go up to him and just see. It's fucking terrifying though, because they are huge. Like they're probably what 60 feet long. How big would you say those things are, Walker? Any idea?
So I didn't hear that last part. He was talking.
Oh.
Say it again.
How big do you think those things are? The pliosaur.
I mean, assuming that these scales here, I mean, that's probably a good. Like if my scale is what I'm viewing him as correct, easily 90 to 100 feet.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess 60. I was off.
Well, I mean, maybe. Again, this is kind of hard. I'm
Yeah.
not 100% sure.
You gotta.
Am I scanning? I forgot.
No, you're doing a ball.
What'd I do?
You're shooting a ball. It'll tell
Oh, did I do it? Okay,
Yep.
I did it.
So you
There
shoot
it
it
is.
and it tells you what's around you, so you can see kind of where creatures are through the rocks.
I
So
forgot
there's
what
another one over there. One of the complaints I had with this game is it throws a
Oh,
lot
there
of
it is.
things at you quickly. No, you need the ball.
The ball. Yeah, you gotta throw that
Yeah.
one.
No, I already
You
tossed
gotta,
out
you
there.
gotta chuck it at.
Yeah.
No, you're doing like an overall scan. You need.
Oh,
to
there we go,
tag
okay.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it. You got to tag one.
Well, is he tagging that or is he tagging the pliosaur?
I think he's tagging the dolphin-y things first. I'm
don't
not
know.
sure.
We'll find out.
She should have told you.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
guess
the
it's the
pliosaur.
plesiosaur. Yeah. If I remember correctly, they say tag the most aggressive one first. So yeah, you're tagging the plesiosaur.
Yeah,
Huh.
I guess you tag. I know you tag those later, but
yeah.
All right.
you don't need to tag them.
So
yet.
there's
All
a
right, where's that big guy? Come here.
giant thing floating around here
There he
somewhere.
is. There's one of them.
Yeah. Boop. Oh. Boop. There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Is confirmed.
All right.
Hey,
Oh,
11%.
11%.
It does seem like an arbitrary number they're throwing up.
Yeah.
That's about 11%.
Well, it's probably based on how many things you do.
I thought you just ran into it and you just got like shell shocked for a second there.
I thought that too. It's
He was
just
like,
like,
huh?
and
Boy, they look goofy.
What is this thing? He's cool though.
Look at that.
He's like a tiger
Oh, I got to
dolphin.
tag the other big guy. Where'd he
There's
go?
no-
He's
there's
across
no
the way.
there's another one around here somewhere.
I believe it's a male and a female, right?
I would hope so.
So they can make some baby Pleos.
Cleopatra.
Yeah, the one thing I wish I knew more about was like the actual, the taxonomy of those particular creatures.
Oh, just
I
wait.
mean, I don't know anything about like how they, what they ate, how they fed, how they did anything.
Oh, just wait.
That's kind of the
That's what
point
the game
of
is.
this section, yeah. It's that
Yeah.
they show you about like how they, how they feed
mating
and
pair.
what they eat, and
For additional food.
all that kind of stuff. But the nice part is once you're done with this level and you get back to the overground section, there's an area where you can go and study them more and like you can go over the things that you learned.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like repeating the learning and keeping
Which
it-
again, why I think it's perfect for education.
Yeah, totally. VR has so many educational
Well,
uses that they just haven't quite.
Couldn't
yeah.
agree more.
Do you know? Obviously, you know IGN, but IGN does a series called Unfiltered, which is where that is terrifying with the red
He's an
eyes.
evil looking bugger.
You gotta scan his eyeballs.
IGN does Unfiltered, where they talk to the guy who made I think it was Oculus. I can't remember if it was Oculus or Vive, but one of the two. And he goes, VR is going to be way bigger outside of gaming than it is inside of gaming, just by sheer numbers of things.
Yeah.
And I want to watch it. I haven't watched the whole thing. I just watched part of the interview, but I want to watch the whole thing where it comes down to, and they talk about obviously social aspects. Like we've talked before, was it Wolves Within is one of the games that I'm interested in, just because it's a social
I don't know
VR
if I
game.
could play that game. It looks too corny. I kind of like the idea of
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Like that concept of a social hub that you go
Yeah.
hang out in.
Yeah.
Hang out in.
I definitely would
Oh, interesting.
play it, but I don't think I would buy it. So when you buy it, I'll play it.
Okay.
Internal systems.
You got to
Oh,
scan the
that's cool.
internals.
Use your ecography scan.
Alright.
So you gotta
So
change your
use
scanner.
Echography scan. That's a new one you just got.
That is legit.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to go. I believe you're going to find the lady. She's up there, I think.
Where's Tramp? Tramp's on the other side.
Yeah, this is pretty excellent.
So you're enjoying it so far?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it, but it's also just it's such a cool way to experience a game. Like it's technically a game. There's progression and everything.
So you got to find where the
Yeah, I don't see where it's
The
wanting
baby
me to
would be.
scan.
You gotta get
You gotta
real.
On
know-
the backside?
You gotta get all up in it.
Oh, that one over there. Shoot.
Oh, you're all the way over there.
Careful.
I'm just gonna duck right on. This is like what the Flash must feel like when he's
Excuse me?
fighting bad guys.
Yeah.
Here I go.
Tom, you haven't finished this yet, have you?
No, I have not.
You don't know how long it is?
I have no idea.
I'd be interested to see how long this game actually is, like how many levels
I
there
mean,
are.
when we went through it the last time, if you remember, we kind of saw how many open spots there were for things
Yeah.
to observe. We only got, 3 levels in?
Yeah,
But
but
I
the
assume
playtime
that
seems to be...
probably at least 4 or 5.
It doesn't say playtime's probably 10 hours if I had to take a guess based on... That's just 10 hours to play through.
I don't know if it would be 10. I don't think it'd be that much, but it's
If
hard.
you 100%ed like everything.
Well, that's true.
Can't tell if this is actually scanning or not.
Well, you gotta go find.
Yeah, you gotta find where the baby is.
Would be.
So the baby won't be in the
Oh,
map.
I'm trying to scan for a baby?
Yeah.
So where do you think a baby would be in a plesiosaur?
Well, your guess is as good as mine. There we go. Oh,
There you
what?
go.
Okay, now that's just incredible.
There she
The
blows.
baby. Not the mama.
Extraordinary.
Well, that is
Yeah,
the
that
mama.
is extraordinary.
Picture having this technology in real life. How cool that would be.
We're not far from it, man.
I know, but it's still just...
Going back in time and observing
Plesiosaurs.
dinosaurs.
I'm just talking about... Well, I guess that's technically what an ultrasound is. Where you can
Well,
see
yeah.
inside, to a certain extent. I mean, not as cool as being underwater and scanning like
The
that.
scientific instruments were not far from.
Yeah.
Identify them with certainty.
All right, so now you tagging dolphins. I call them dolphins. I don't know what they actually are. Let's find out what they are by tagging one.
Boop.
Oh,
Boop. You didn't get him. Boop. There you go.
There you go.
Should have a couple more. Boop.
They are of
The
Oh, I can't even.
Yeah, we Tom was like,
Zebrafish.
nope.
Yeah.
despite being so
Ophalosaurus.
Oplosaurus eyes.
Well, she says it in the headset, so you can actually. Or whoever
Yeah, it's
talks-
I can't really reproduce it all.
Yeah,
Am I in the wrong?
you gotta scan the.
Oh, that one. Those are big ol' eyes.
Better to see you with.
According to my database, they have one of the
66%
largest eyes of any creature proportionally.
Proportional.
And each eye contains a set of bones, the sclerotic ring. If we
Oh, this is the
determine
part that's not
how
fun.
deep they can dive,
It's gonna get real interesting here.
idea of whether the bones are used to
But yeah,
This is really something.
serve
Yeah.
other purpose.
Glad you're enjoying it, man. I think, and this is the interesting part, is that both me and Keegan and you have now played this, and all of us have had almost an identical reaction.
Yeah.
and it's interesting because you haven't seen the trailer for this. I'm guessing, Walker.
Trailer is
No,
terrible.
I
The trailer is garbage.
Yeah.
Like it does
it really?
not. Yeah, it
Yeah.
does not do this game justice at all.
It is bad.
So it's garbage. There you go.
Goodness lungs.
What else is cool about this too is that I could see this being modular, in that you have basically DLC. So you could do human body, you could do dinosaurs, you could do,
Yeah.
Be capable of
you know, the Bayou Swamp or what. Like,
I actually really liked your idea
Savannah.
of the inner space thing,
Yeah.
like going through a human body would be kind of neat.
it would be really
eye
cool.
would be of great
Again, Magic School Bus in VR.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it is.
must guard against it.
Because I used to play. So I learned about the human body literally through the Magic School Bus video game back in the day. Like that's how I learned about the digestive system, about the nervous system, like the basics of it. Obviously, you're not going to go super in depth, but this could go in depth if done right. I mean, nothing's preventing you from going super deep into detail.
I mean, right
these.
now, I think we're at a point where we're still obviously in the early days of VR. They're still getting their kind of bearings with a lot of things. But I think that with even just little experiences like this actually came out previously on Steam and on a couple other things. So this is not a new game per se. It wasn't made for
You didn't like that.
PSVR. So they've had time to refine it a little bit, over time. But
Yeah.
as these experiences start to... Oh, this is kind of sad.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
there he goes. That was your fault, you murderer. So,
That is superb.
so I think that the more that these things get refined, the
Whoa.
better it's going to be. But it's
Oh, yeah.
exciting.
Well, I mean, as you said when I don't want to keep harking back to it, but you talked about VR because I've not played VR really other than a couple experiences in like arcades, and even then it was all right because it was very generic. But like you talked about VR being a thing, quote unquote, for a while, but never being good enough. And I feel like we've gotten to the point where the technology is good enough that we can actually
It's
use
definitely the start of good enough.
Yes.
I think that the
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I
experiences
feel
are
like
there.
the base we're on is a good base to start
Yeah,
off
for
with.
sure. Like, the experiences are there.
keep
They're
rubbing your
starting to
foot.
come together a little bit. That's okay. And we're starting to get to a point where, it's only going to go forward from here and get better from here. But, we're still very much still in the early days.
Yeah, we're still
which
in the
is
infancy.
exciting. I like being in the early days of this type of
Well, that's why
technology.
when like people ask me whether they should get a VR headset, I'm like, well, if you want to be on the cutting edge, yes, it's expensive like any piece of technology, but it's a hell of a lot of fun.
It's funny you mentioned that. I was talking to a couple family friends. We had some family friends around last night to play VR because they were debating picking one up. And they said that recently the prices have gone up in standard retail stores. Places
Really?
like Target and Walmart are selling them for $800 now.
Really?
Like the bundle,
Wow.
yeah, which I was completely shocked by because they're looking to pick one up, but the prices have gone up because the demand. It's turned into one of those Christmas,
Holiday
crazy
things.
toy things.
It's like the Wii. It's like the Wii was a few years ago.
I know,
where
but it's
supply won't meet
insane that they
demand.
can raise the price like that. So apparently, it's nigh on impossible to get a hold of one.
There's a GameStop bundle that literally has every single physical game that has come out,
That's
plus the headset for like $1,300
that's
or
great.
something crazy.
I think in the
like
next 6 months they're probably going to drop those prices as new hardware comes out and as more and more people buy it and demand starts decreasing, supply is maintained. But here's what's really going to I think be interesting is that right now we're in a process where I think VR is establishing control norms. Remember when smartphones came out and there was BlackBerry had a trackball and
Right.
Nokia had like the dual keyboard or the sliding keyboard, and we all eventually kind of gravitated towards what we thought was the most efficient, which is now like this flat
touch.
brick, touch screen, touch keyboard, the whole nine. I think that's what we're going to find in VR over the next few years is that we're going to start to gravitate towards like standard control schemes,
Yeah.
standard visual schemes, standard, and then that's when the fun stuff's
Well,
going to happen.
I've always thought too, like in a game like this, what works really, really well is the fact that you use your head to scan and
Yeah.
not the joystick.
Agreed.
Like, that's one of those things where there was a game I was playing, I can't remember which one it was, but I had to use the joystick along with my head, and I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
It just feels weird. So now you're at Stonehenge, or you were at Stonehenge.
I was going to say. No need to panic. A minor glitch just to reboot the system. Have you unplugged it and replugged it back in?
No.
Yeah, and the inversion didn't stay either, so I'd have to pop in again and
Yeah.
reinvert it. Minor bug. Totally worth it, though.
Yeah,
And yeah, it looks like I am in Stonehenge, which is
You
kind
were
of
in
fun.
Stonehenge.
it's creepy, right?
Again, picture this, like even this sort of technology when it comes to like history. Like you're saying, these DLCs, you could have a history DLC where you're like, let's learn about the Roman Empire, but instead of just learning about it, let's put you there in a meeting with Caesar. Wait,
They have detailed maps of Tutankhamun's tomb in the pyramids. Imagine being able to like go through and even like setting up what they think would have been booby traps, and this is just this has endless application in a classroom.
So I think we're gonna have you go and view the kind of the status thing, and then
Yeah.
we'll call it there. So
Sounds good.
That way you can see that.
Yeah, it's a fun part. That's an interesting.
This
part
is again
to
where
it.
the education part comes in.
So you're going down there.
You're going down to Stonehenge.
Just kind of forward from where you are now
Got it.
towards the Stonehenge area.
It looks like
See, it looks like Stonehenge.
It is Stonehenge.
Analyze the logs.
Thank you. I wish we had more
I
time.
love
What
that.
do you feel about this video, lady?
Yeah, I like that it's a human and an actual video. It kind of adds to the immersion that you're like, oh, that's a real human. I'm a real human.
Yeah, acting's a little.
Yeah,
sketchy.
if they were CGI, or if they were, just a regular NPC, I don't think it would do the same.
Yeah.
Everything else is kind of realism, so I like it. I like the video. I mean, yeah, when you're dealing with a game that's, what'd you say this was, 30 bucks?
30 bucks.
Yeah, when you're dealing with a game that's 30 bucks, you kind of expect that kind of production level, but
Yeah.
I would not.
They did the gameplay part really well.
Yeah, I wouldn't ding them for that at all.
Oh, there's a world.
Wait, what's infected? I wasn't reading. Uh-oh, Allie tested
The world.
positive. Uh-oh.
That's why you're.
Did I
back there.
get time machine herpes?
You're searching. Yeah, you're searching for a cure.
Yeah, you're basically trying to find what
It's
caused
caused
it
this,
and
yeah.
how we can
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
So you want-
de-infect everything, I guess. But there's
So-
quite a lot of people that are infected.
This is what the data
It's actually Plague Inc., the prequel.
Yes. 3D plague.
Dude, now there you go. Even just thinking about Plague Inc. in the context of VR.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if, again, kind of like the flying through a human body, like you become the virus and you're like,
You fly through it.
yeah, I gotta find the right.
Creepy.
If this
We should have Walker
cool.
just make video games.
Alright, so once she's done with her
Train on the job. I thought you said drink on the job.
spiel,
Yes, Doctor.
then you should be able to hop in and view some things when she's done.
Come on,
I
finish.
think she's still kind of in the videos there.
The Dino Decks. I kind of like that it's cheesy like that. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do.
There you go.
Oh, what's up?
Ooh, there you go.
Scan that thing.
Something around here. Yeah, that thing. So now this shows you the two things that we've kind of seen
It
and
tells you
what we've
how much
learned
learned.
about each one. So you see there, we know 30% about the plesiosaurus and 45 about the.
And there's a bunch
Interesting.
of other things here.
But yeah, all those open gaps.
So you
are-
can go back in and add more to it, right?
Yeah.
And then these are later ones you unlock.
Yep.
Exactly.
Oh, this is just too cool.
So scan one of those.
Mhm.
And then you can learn.
And then you can learn about
yeah.
the different parts and everything, and it tells you what you learned on
go-
the left-hand
yeah.
side there.
Impressive lung capacity allows them to dive 500 meters, 1,500 feet. That is pretty intense. God, I can't imagine being at 1,500 feet.
So there you go.
9
That's
inches in
nice.
diameter.
It's a big eye.
That is a really big eye.
It's a big eye.
Yeah, this is just really cool. Like, name one kid who doesn't like dinosaurs. I mean, just kids being able to play this and learn more about the dinosaurs they really like. And again, like DLC, you can continually add new species and new periods.
I mean, picture getting the stereotypical dinosaurs, the T-Rexes, the Raptors.
Absolutely.
How
This is
terrifying
just-
that
And
would
they
be.
have to be there somewhere.
Yeah. As I said, we
have
don't
to
know
say,
what the other
I'm
dots
almost
are.
more of a fan of this because it focuses on the sea, and the sea is always my favorite form of anything.
Yeah.
See,
But I think, yeah, you're right. You could have like a land dinosaur DLC or something. to
This
that
has
effect.
endless expansion
Cool.
possibilities.
potential, for sure.
All right, so go ahead and let us know your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, Time Machine
VR.
VR is it really is superb. This is something that I could see taking hold in grade school classrooms, even just at its current iteration. As the technology, like the hardware improves, as the technology for the software improves, and as more people get on board with either larger production companies, development houses, this could really become a wonderful teaching tool. In addition to just something fun to do. I mean, a lot of people get dinged for playing video games rather than reading a book or something. Well, here we go.
I'd
Now
rather do this.
we've combined two in a
Yes.
beautiful way, where I can tell you more about the Pliosaurus and the Optalosaurus than probably anybody I know right now. And so you broaden your horizons. You're still playing a game. It's totally immersive, and the novelty is there. This is kind of like the pinnacle of, I think, what people want to achieve with VR. So yeah.
worth the $30. is
Oh,
what I'm
beyond, yeah. I
think we-
honestly would pay more just to donate to their expansion on this.
Yeah.
If they had a way to do that, I would definitely
We
do
should
that.
reach out and see what they. We should reach out to the developers and see. But me and Tom, kind of like Tom said, had the same feeling with it. Like, it's one of the greatest experiences. One, I
Yeah.
think, that surprised us the most. Again, partially because the trailer, in my opinion, was so bad. But
Yeah,
just,
we can't really explain enough how bad the trailer is.
go watch the
It is.
trailer.
Well, I'm
go
gonna
watch
have
the
to
trailer.
watch it.
Yeah, go watch the trailer.
I'm gonna have
It's
to
Watch
watch
real
the
bad.
trailer, it makes it look shitty as hell. But if you're actually in there experiencing it, I mean, me, even watching it, like watching Walker play it, and knowing what it feels like to be inside, but just kind of watching it from here is enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're actually in there, I think the big part of the learning as well is that when you're having fun, then you learn better. You learn
Yes.
easier. So it's kind of,
Yeah,
that's a big part of it too.
So, that was Time Machine VR.
love
Yeah.
it.
So, thanks for watching, guys. And as always, welcome to the second level. Bye. Do you ever feel like you're being watched?
Sometimes.
I feel like there's like something about like out there. I feel like I'm being watched. It's usually Monday through Friday.
Right there?
Yeah, it's like Monday through Friday, and then sometimes like I feel like it's live on Sunday. Like there's people talking to me, and they're like, "Hey, you see you on the internet."
Are they on your head or?
I don't know. It could be.